Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second shelf and to another book haul. If you follow my channel, you watched my last book haul. I said that I probably will have to retire this book haul blouse for the summer because it's just too warm. It has kind of longer sleeves, and when it's hot, it's not the right blouse to wear. But I was lucky. The day now that I'm filming my July book haul, it's quite cool. So I thought, yes, the heat is coming. It's Wednesday, and it's supposed towards the weekend we will have more than 100, 105 even is expected. So if that persists, then I might, the next book haul, end of July or August, I might indeed have to retire the blouse. I mean, like you care. Because this might not be my only book haul in July. July is my birthday month. My birthday is in the middle of the month. And from everybody who knows me, my mom, but also friends, they mostly either send me a book if they know me well enough, or they give me a gift certificate to buy a book. So after, in the second half of July, I will be buying a lot of books. And if you remember, I should not shake the camera that much. And if you follow my channel for more than a year, you know that is the reason that in August I do this challenge for myself, 30 books in 30 days. Because my rule for acquiring books is the only rule I have, that I have to read more books than I buy in any given month and in a year total. And that works fine mostly in any given month, but not in July, because I buy maybe like 20 books in addition to what I buy anyway. And so in August, I try to balance the books, so to speak, by reading 30 books in 30 days. Anyway, it's a lot of intro for just my regular July book haul. I'll start with the books that I already talked about in various other videos, either in the recent reads last Sunday or in my update for this project that I have, 1001 books by women that I have to read before I die. So I will just mention them briefly because I want to also do maybe a book haul revisit. So I do want to show you all the books that I buy. And the first one of those is Baroness Orczy, Scarlet Pimpernel, published in 1905. I talked about this book on Sunday already because I've now finished it. It's the author is from Hungary but moved to the UK, so the book is written in English, and it is historical fiction. You probably, maybe the television, the movie and the television series from long ago in black and white still. But it's about, it's set in the French, during the French Revolution, 1790-ish, and it's about an unlikely hero, an English aristocrat who saves aristocrats in France who are about to be killed. So this I bought for the 1001 book challenge, and so is the next one, which is nonfiction, Women in Exile by Mahnaz Afkhami, an Iranian author. The book is published in the 1990s, obviously. She is an Iranian author who was forced into exile after the revolution of 1979. And when she wrote the book, she has lived for more than a decade in the US, where she was by chance when the revolution happened, and people told her already beforehand, don't come back. And what she does is she talks about her own experience as an exiled woman, but she also interviews 12 other women. And I thought that was fascinating. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And the next one for the 1001 book challenge is a play by Cheryl Churchill, Cloud 9. I included this because it sounded interesting, experimental. The author is British, and this is one of the few plays that I actually included. Plays and poetry are a bit underrepresented in my list, but I wanted to include at least some, and this one sounded interesting. And a lot of you, when I showed you the book in my update for the video about the women, 1001 women, a lot of you said, well, she's weird, but this is fun. So I will let you know what I feel, how I feel about it. Then the next one is also for the 1001 book challenge, but I hadn't talked about it because I don't make a whole sentence. I didn't put it on the to read list for July that I filmed when I filmed the update. But it's still a book that I might read in July, and it's certainly a book that I'm happy that I found, and that is a diary, a day book, The Journal of an Artist by Anne Truitt. There are 4 parts of this one. This is the first part, and I'm just checking again the publication date. Yes, I'm stretching here. 1982. Anne Truitt was a visual artist. I think you can see some paint. It looks more like pottery, but she was a minimalist. And she is that visual art, because she made sculptures, wooden sculptures, quite big, if you know the minimalist color schemes, it's the top part is yellow and then green and then another color, with these huge kind of very elegant wooden sculptures. And when I've found out about her, I'm not that big into art, and certainly not modern art. I just don't know that much. But she seemed to be a really important figure in the minimalist movement back in the 20th century. But all but forgotten, of course. She had a woman. She had her first solo show in a gallery in New York when she was in her 40s. And she wrote journals, a couple of them. Like I said, 4. The last one will be published posthumously because she died a couple of years ago, I think in the fall of this year. But anyway, I also want to include in this project 1001 women, women from other fields than writers. Of course, the main part of the project is books written by women, novels written by women, but artists writing diaries about their experience as artists, I think, is also very interesting. And as you know, it's not only fiction on my list, it's also nonfiction. So this is a recent addition to the list. Then the next one is also nonfiction, and I showed this book also already on Sunday in my recent reads. It's the July pick of the Book Naturalist Book Club, run by Heidi and Doris, Thin Places by Irish writer Kerry Nee Doherty. The book was published last year, but it is a memoir about her growing up in the height of the Troubles, so in the 1980s, 1990s. She was born in the 1980s, and her parents, one parent was Catholic, one parent was Protestant, and there was a lot of hardship because of the Troubles. And the memoir talks about her growing up, but also what nature meant to her as a place of healing, as a place of keeping her sane. So I'm interested to read that. I never heard of this book or this author. I'm just reading it thanks to Heidi and Doris. Then I think it's the last book on the 1001 list that I haven't talked about it in my update video. It's a buddy read that I will do, and the book is Sujata Masai, The Widows of Malabar Hill, the first in a series, a crime series, and this one was published in 2018, the Posthumus Mysteries series. this is a book that I've been meaning to read, for a very long time, and it is included on the list. It's a mystery of 1920s India. So it's historical fiction, but then mystery. And as I said, I'm going to be buddy reading this with Terri, who used to be on BookTube, used to be on Instagram, and maybe come back at one point. You might remember we had this big project last year and the year before that we read all of Louise Erdrich's novels together. And now we're trying to pick up our buddy reads with something else, and she suggested this one, and it's on my list. So yes, I bought the book. Indian Mystery 1920s. I mean, that sounds fascinating. The next book I bought is also for a buddy read, this time with Adam. Also formerly on BookTube, but still on Instagram. And that is Maud Martha by Gwendolyn Brooks. Gwendolyn Brooks is a Black American writer, and she is on my list with her most famous book, poem Annie Allen. This isn't on the list, but maybe I will include it on the list, because if I like an author really a lot, or if it's important, then I might include more than one book. Top is 3. That's the most books. Even Jane Austen doesn't have more than 3 books. But anyway, this is a slim little novel published in the 1950s about a girl, when the book opens, growing up and the racism in that time and the hardship that she encounters, and then it's a coming of age story. And I have never read Gwendolyn Brooks, like I said, not even Annie Allen. So we will remedy that, and we'll start next week. And then that's a book I also already talked about, in Büro, How Beautiful We Were, published in 2021. I bought this book because it's in my group for the BooktubePrize. I'm reading fiction, it's the semifinals, and I'm reading fiction, group B, and this is one of the books on the list, and I can still not talk about it. I did read her previous book, Behold the Dreamers. Her debut, I liked it. Wasn't blown away as much as other people were. I think there's a lot of praise in the beginning of the novel for her previous book. But yeah, this is our author, by the way. Can you see that? Yes. Yeah, picture of her, black and white. And I think she is from, where's she from? Cameroon, exactly. Limbe in Cameroon, but she now lives in the US. Is that right? Yes, in New York. But anyway, I will talk about that book once the judging has been finalized. But as I said, I want to have the books that I buy in a haul, even if I talk about them already, or even if I can't talk about them. And the last book I bought is also for a buddy read, but it's a buddy read in August, but I bought the book already now in July, and that is Toni Morrison's debut novel, The Bluest Eye. I will be reading this with Sandy from Miss Reads a Lot, and if you follow my channel, you know that I have kind of a difficult relationship with Toni Morrison. I love some of her books, like Song of Solomon. I think it's fantastic. And other books like Tar Baby, for instance, I just don't know. I didn't think they were very good. Or God Help the Child, I thought was really not a good book in my view. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you, you will throw things now at the screen because you all love Toni Morrison, and I can understand that. But, I just want to be honest about it. I have a difficult relationship with her work. I love her as a figure, as her importance for literature and for Black female literature, for sure. I love watching her interviews always, and the way she talks about her work, and she's such an intelligent, engaging, wonderful woman. But not all of her novels work for me. And this is her debut. And I thought, I want to go back to the beginning and read her first book. And it's about a young girl growing up in the midst of racism, of course, and the book was published, I should probably tell you that because that gives you some background, 1970. And the idea, you know, what is beauty, and blue eyes are beautiful, but brown eyes aren't, and fair skin is beautiful, but dark skin isn't. So it's interesting. It's a short little book, and reading it as a buddy read will also help me to, you know, get more comfortable maybe with it. So I'm really, I'm curious how this book, whether this book will be one of those that works for me. And I really, really hope so. So these were the books that my regular July book haul, nothing to do with my birthday. And it's already 8 or 9 books. So that is already, if I read 10 books in the month of July, I'm doing fine, 9 at a minimum. But if I then buy in July like 20 more books because of all the birthday gifts and birthday certificates, I will need the 30 books in 30 days in August. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching my book haul. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, looking forward to your comment about these books that I hauled or any other book-related topics that you want to talk to me about. And I'll see you all soon in the next one.